It started with joint pain and muscle spasms. And then the migraines that you never had before leave you crumpled up, moaning in a fetal position. Fatigue, vomiting become a daily grinding routine that leaves you bedridden. Brain fog leaves you unable to think about anything but your pain. Anxiety, depression, isolation are now your only companions. Countless doctors, tests, pills, later, nothing has changed. They're dumbfounded. You're still sick. Maybe it's all in your head, they tell you. Well, it's not. It's chronic Lyme disease.
That was really good. That's actor Chris Meloni in a PSA for the Global Lyme Alliance. Last month, a group of advocates led by the Law and Order SVU star went to Capitol Hill to seek increased federal funding to study the conditions of those suffering with the long-term effects of Lyme disease. They had meetings with lawmakers from both parties, hoping to bring bipartisan support to what the advocates say is a long overlooked issue. I would agree. And the Emmy-nominated actor joins us now. He also served as an ambassador for the Global Lyme Alliance. Also with us, filmmaker Lindsay Keys, who directed the documentary entitled The Quiet Epidemic, focusing on the hardships of living with Lyme disease. Thank you both so much for coming on this morning. Chris, that was a great PSA. You nailed it. How did you get involved with this?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm kind of reliving that. It's very painful to watch. Wow. Because I've been through everything that was written on there. Well, that's why I'm here.
I
is
see.
That
okay.
My family has been severely affected by Lyme disease, I needed a place to find support, to find an answer. And so that led me to Global Lyme Alliance. And in the midst of that, one afternoon, my wife and I went to go see The Quiet Epidemic, Lindsay's movie. And that left me paralyzed with pain and reliving everything that was in the film, and so we got connected and got together.
So,
very cool.
Lindsay, we've seen long COVID in this country. Now we have long Lyme disease.
Yeah.
My concern as a grandparent and a parent with grandparents specifically is little kids, summertime, out running, lawn, grass. What are the symptoms of a little kid's Lyme disease? How would a parent or a grandparent know enough to say, hey, come here, let me check you out here?
So we've long heard of the bullseye rash as being the classic sign of Lyme disease, but that only occurs in about 25% of cases. So that's really important to note that you can look for rashes, but they're not always going to be there. So flu-like symptoms in the summer, also known as the summer flu, joint pain that migrates throughout the body, headaches, sudden changes in mood and disposition, personality changes. What's hard is that Lyme disease can manifest in so many ways that it's hard to know. But if you suddenly notice that your child or your grandchild is not well and all of the laboratory tests are coming back saying there's nothing wrong with this child, it's important to know that the laboratory tests are inaccurate, and you want to find a doctor who is willing to make a clinical diagnosis and treat as quickly as possible.
You know, Chris, you're not a doctor, you're not a politician, you're a celebrity. We've seen the power of celebrities to focus attention on diseases or other issues facing the nation. What is it that you hope you yourself can do in this cause? And have you been surprised by the power of your voice in talking about this?
Pleasantly surprised, and thank God for that. I was more stunned and shocked by falling into this world of Lyme disease and understanding the facts and figures. You know, it's been around since 1975. There is nearly no money being thrown towards research. What the medical professionals understand it to be, they don't know, and they're slowly now admitting to that. No one is admitting to chronic Lyme when there are millions of cases out there. It's a disease that needs attention. That's what we're hoping for. It needs Congress to pay attention and get some funding to research so that we can get an answer. I mean, this is one of the fastest growing epidemics that's coming our way. In the 1980s, there were about 1,500 reported cases of Lyme. Now, each year, there are nearly 500,000. Of that 500,000, at least 10% will turn into chronic Lyme, where there is, as of now, no cure. So just multiply that over years.
Amazing. Lindsay, I spend most of my weekends on a farm, and almost everybody I know, including several members of my family, have all had Lyme's disease, and it is really debilitating. What's your aim for the film in terms of looking at new treatments, bringing new treatments to the fore, exploring alternative treatments? Are there things out there that we're not trying that we could be trying?
There are so many therapies out there that we could be trying. The issue is, as Chris said, there's been a serious lack of funding. We also lack clinical trials. It's been 18 years since the NIH funded a clinical treatment trial for Lyme disease. There's also never been a clinical treatment trial for overlapping tick-borne infections. Ticks are exploding across the country. They carry far more than just Lyme disease. There are nearly 20 pathogens that have been identified in ticks at this point. And doctors do not have the tools that are backed by science to figure this out. So we have to change that.
All right. For more information, you can visit globallymealliance.org. Actor Chris Meloni and filmmaker Lindsay Keys, thank you both so much for bringing light to this. It sounds really dire. I'm just texting everyone about the cats. Chris, I hope you're feeling better. Thank you for coming on.
You.
All right.
Thanks for
Take
having me.
care.